Oh, come on. Like, that didn't change the... Really? I have to click save?
This is going to be a great start.
Oh, have you already started streaming?
I have, yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm live on Twitchy and I'm live on YouTube. Good. Alright. Welcome everyone to Gaming on... Wow, nice profile pic, Lee. That just threw me off completely. Oh my god.
Okay, continue on.
Welcome everyone to Gaming on Demand. This is week 6, episode 6. Shouldn't say week 6, because it's been many weeks.
Could have sworn we'd done more.
We've only done 5 before tonight. You've only done 2 or 3. Alright, anyway, so we have Lee with us tonight. Alex cannot join us, unfortunately. He has decided to devote the next few weeks towards uni work, and I respect his decision. So without further ado, I'm going to get things rolling. First things first, something that I'm excited about. Need for Speed 2017. It's been sort of announced, definitely. This is a blog post on the official Need for Speed website, so this is confirmed. So they're saying that we are going to get a Need for Speed by the end of 2017. Hooray!
I'm sorry for interrupting. I just saw one of the posts that you're about to read that I didn't realize before, and now I'm like, oh, fuck yes.
So yes,
okay, continue
on. New Need for Speed by the end of this year. Going by the title of this post, I'm guessing that's just the name of the post. It's not going to be the actual title of the game. Like Need for Speed 2017, paying it back, I suppose, paying it back to the community sort of thing. That's my guess of what they're meaning by the title of this post. They're going to have a lot more details approaching EA Play next month, but they are going to... they did talk about a couple of aspects here and how they're going to effectively continue with the feedback thing that they used with 2015 Need for Speed. They used player feedback to determine the future update sort of thing, and they're going to keep using that 2017. That is the underlying message around the start here.
When do you reckon it's going to be said that, or when do you reckon the release date's going to come out? Or
release date? When they're going to release the release date?
Sorry, when do you reckon? They haven't actually announced it yet, have they?
Oh, this is as good as announcing it. I mean, they haven't given any details about it. They haven't given a name for it yet, but we know there is going to be a game. So it's as good as announced, in a way. But we're expected to see many more details going into next month. They're definitely talking about customization. That is a core factor of Need for Speed. If there is no customization, there is no Need for Speed. So that's simple. Just quickly here with this picture, since it's popped up. There's a bit more to it. This is what they posted on Instagram a couple of days ago, yesterday. I was looking through it on my Instagram and I came up to this and was like, oh, hello, this looks interesting. So let's just sort of analyze a couple things. First things first, that looks like a 350Z sitting on the right hand side. That's what everyone is suggesting it is. I'd say either 350 or 370Z. I don't know the difference, but apparently
Toyota Corolla. Right.
That would be funny to have a Corolla in a racing game. There is actually in Underground.
Yeah.
Need for Speed Underground 2. There's a Corolla in that game. Anyway.
Okay, cool.
We have a sunset or sunrise, presumably a sunset. But that suggests we might have a day-night cycle. Looking forward to that, because I kind of hate the constant nighttime. If anything, if you're going to have a constant something, be a constant daytime. Like, to me, that's just better, but I don't know. It depends on the situation. Yeah, look, we couldn't be bothered actually programming any of the rest of the times in, so have fun racing in constant sunrise.
Yep. You know, whenever you look to, I don't know, the east or west, you know, you're going to have that sun glaring in your eyes all the time.
The glare's just always there. There's no direction for the light. It's just a block of dark underneath everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yes, so a bit of a wire fence, grass, suggests fairly open world, I'd imagine. The motel vacancy thing, I don't think that's going to play too much of a part. I think that's just highlighting part of the thing. But the bit underneath that says June 2nd. Presumably that's going to be the big reveal.
Am I the only one that's noticed that the fence is fucked up?
Is it? It's bent like a normal wire fence would be, with enough people kicking it in and shit. Or maybe the second one along is looking a bit fucked up around the top.
Yeah, it looks like something went wrong when making it.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't see that in the actual game. It's just some fuck-ups in the
Someone
graphics.
will find it, and they will take a picture of it.
If it's actually there in the game, holy shit. Oh no, maybe it might be part of it. I doubt it. Like, it looks like that's just a real bad drawing glitch there. But yeah, so that's the picture there. No, yeah, looking closer at it here. It just looks really badly done. Do note that this is also pretty early on, really. It hasn't, no way it's gone gold yet. So they're still going to obviously work on it. But yeah, it's moving on through the thing. Cops. If you guys have played 2015 Need for Speed, you'll know that the cops pose absolutely zero challenge. Like, it was hard as fuck to destroy them, yes, compared to Most Wanted 2006 or 5, where you could destroy them if you're good enough, which is most times. Like, you can destroy cops, I found, but you had to whack them so much, and they just could not keep up with you. And there was just no challenge. It was actually hard to complete the outlaw part of the Need for Speed 2015, because you had to actually slow down so much to have the cops stay on you. So they're going to say it's going to be a lot better. There's going to be rhinos and like coming mid-race, everything, that sort of thing, which is the idea. But it sounds like they're really upping the ante with the cops, so look forward to the challenge. Though I suppose they're going to bring back the pull over and pay a fine thing if you didn't want to get into a chase. Like, it's useful in some instances. Like, if you're just trying to do something but you don't want the cops constantly chasing you and not being able to do what you want to do. So I can only imagine that they bring it back in. So like I said with the open world, actually, they actually mention how there's going to be different surfaces. There's tarmac and dirt, and you've got to whatever what, and it says you're gonna want a world that not only looks beautiful but offers you the space in which to do the things you want. That to me says open world in bright yellow rainbow capital letters.
Yellow rainbow.
Please ignore that.
Oh, it's not getting ignored now, Liam.
Oh, all right then. So there's gonna be jumps in there, which is sort of been standard in recent Need for Speed games ever since Most Wanted, I suppose, unless they've been in slightly earlier ones like Hot Pursuit. I had a huge Need for Speed hiatus between Most Wanted 05 and Most Wanted 2012. Like, I just wasn't interested in the games, and then I was just like, fuck it, I'll get it. And another thing that actually pisses me off so much, the always online feature, they're getting rid of that. You can play completely offline this game, which is going to be so good. Not only can you pause it, but you'll never have to worry about the servers being shut down eventually. That's what I hate about the always online games, is that one day you're not going to be able to play them. You've wasted $100 and 5 million hours because they've decided, oh, we need to open up our servers for newer games. Sorry, we're going to shut you guys down. Whoops. Guess you don't have a game anymore. So, yeah, offline mode, being able to pause, better cops, open world, possibly day-night cycle, like similar to Rivals, I suppose, and customization. Looking pretty good at the moment. I mean, no details as such, but it's looking like it's going to be a step up from the previous game. So I look forward to when they release more details, and I will keep you guys updated. Okay, moving on. This Sims. If you guys are into The Sims, there's going to be a sequel coming to mobile soon. And guess what it's named? The Sims Mobile. Legit. It is called The Sims Mobile.
Not to be sexist or anything, but I've found that most girls play Sims for some reason.
I suppose it is. It's sort of a. I get where you're coming from, because I have experienced that a bit too, but it depends on which girls as well.
Yeah, but like it's almost like whenever a girl I meet says, "Oh, I play games," and I'm like, "What games do you play?" It's like Sims. And that's it.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely much more of a girls-oriented game than it is guys.
Yeah.
Girls-targeted game, I should say, not orientated.
I love how the picture has what do you call it? Pencils next to the phone.
Yeah. So
it's almost like, oh, you play this during school.
I was about to say yes. Don't forget that you can play this on your phone during class. Because who the fuck wants to be educated when you can own a world and make people do stuff? I don't actually know how Sims work, so I'm just throwing shit out and hoping that it's right. So apparently it'll have all the stuff that people have come to expect from the series. Added emphasis on guiding Sims through multiple generations. The Sims can interact with virtual inhabitants of their real life friends as well, so that sounds like a big deal on mobile, which is so often having that sort of thing integrated. But it is actually already launched in Brazil, but the worldwide launch isn't coming until soon. There isn't actually a date as far as this article goes, and considering it came from yesterday, our time, then it's probably still no date. So worldwide launch coming soon for The Sims Mobile, free to download, and it acts as a sequel to the previous one. Whatever it was. Or just acts as a sequel, full stop, I think. Not just specific ones, but yeah. There you go, Sims Mobile, if you guys are interested. Next up, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah! Sorry, I had to.
Apparently will feature 3 times as much content as the first one. Now, I haven't played the first one, but I'm guessing it already has a shit ton of content, so this is going to have...
Sorry, hold on. I have played the first one, and it has content, but not really single player content, and I think that's what they're improving in this one.
Could well be.
Sorry, I'm just watching a video. Oh no, apparently an ad.
So this is actually a fairly long article. It's sort of
It's about multiple games.
Yeah, it's talking about the post-earnings conference call. Wait, that doesn't sound right. The financials and stuff. So there's a lot of other stuff in here. Probably the paragraph that we really want to worry about is this one that I've highlighted here. It says, additionally, EA has shared that the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront 2 features 3 times as much content as its predecessor did at launch. Wilson reiterated that EA took feedback to the previous game seriously, hence the addition of more content and a single-player campaign being built by Motive. And the CFO noted that EA hopes to ship more copies than the first Battlefront did. Battlefront in its first year. I cannot talk today. And that was 14 million. So they're hoping to sell more than 14 million within the first year of Battlefront 2. So this has the original article in here from original story from the earnings report and stuff. I suppose that GameSpot wrote here. I'm not going to go through too much about it at all, just because it's irrelevant to what I was really highlighting here. The fact that Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to have more content than Battlefront 1. And specifically single player, which sounds like Battlefront 1 lacked. So, sounds like it could be a reasonable game. Now, it's being made by Motive. They're built by Motive. I don't know what Motive is, but I'm assuming that by mentioning it, it's probably going to be fairly reasonable.
Oh my god, apparently Battlefront 2 actually has a reveal trailer.
Really?
Yes. And it looks amazing.
There might be one here somewhere.
Oh shit, yeah, it does look awesome.
Oh, if we have time at the end of this, which is unlikely considering we're nearly 20 minutes through already, I might ask you to send that link, but we'll get through the rest of this first. Mass Effect Andromeda, update patch 1.0.6. I figured those of you who play it might want to know what it sort of changes and stuff. So apparently it does make a few changes to a wide variety of areas, but the patch notes doesn't provide much insight. It says cinematic scenes have seen various improvements. It says conversation options should no longer be grayed out when there is new dialogue still to be heard. and chest armor now has level requirements, and performance and stability have been improved. So looks like a couple of general sort of updates and fixes. And those of you who purchased the deluxe or super deluxe editions, you get new freebies with this patch, which are 2 nomad skins, a casual Pathfinder outfit, and an exclusive pack for multiplayer, offering high odds to get an ultra rare item. Maybe some insight from people who play Mass Effect could help with my understanding of this, because I don't play it, or in most of these games that I'm covering here, but I pretend I know what I'm talking about when I'm really just talking about the article, reading off the article. Usually I make notes about it, but I'm still going off the article. So multiplayer has gotten some attention in this patch. Powers and weapons were underperforming higher difficulties, blah blah blah. So they've altered some of the damage levels and stuff like that. So just basic sort of balancing to different weapons and stuff. There is a link to the actual patch notes and a lengthy list of multiplayer changes linked here too. So yeah, that's just a brief, very awful oversight of the update patch. I should have probably gone through it a bit more before I started. Excuse me for being so rough. There's a fighter coming to PS4 and PC called Absolver. It now has a release date and a trailer. So it's a 3D brawler, and it's made by the developers Slowclap. And the release date, yes. The release date is August 29. So mark that in your calendars if you're up for a 3D brawler for your PS4 or PC. It's actually a fairly unique one from what I've seen of it at the moment. It allows players to choose one particular combat style to develop a unique moveset and a breadth of customization within each. And there is a trailer. This is here. I won't play it just now. I do want to try and keep this a bit shorter, so it's kind of, yeah. So apparently Dark Souls has been a big influence on it, and it's made up of ex-Ubisoft Paris employees, the developer I should say, not the game, who have worked on Ghost Recon Wildlands and Watch Dogs, but then they left and made Slowclap and started working on Absolver. This is actually a bit more in depth of Absolver here, this next article. It's on the PlayStation blog, and it sort of talks a bit more in depth of how you can sort of choreograph your own battles and just the whole story behind the game, that one. So there's going to be like different parameters and properties and stuff, and you have to create a unique strategy and execute it in real time. You can't just like button mash and shit like that. You've actually got to be a bit more specific than that. And yeah, it looks fairly in-depth and fairly unique. I might possibly consider getting it on PC because I don't have PS4. Seriously, I had someone told me to get a PS4 on Friday, and it's like, yeah, look, I don't have the money for it. I just bought a Switch, and they literally tried calling to my dad, and it's like, Dad, pay for a PS4 for Liam, will you? And it's like, really? He would not do that. Sorry, all you PS4 fans, but I won't be getting a PS4 ever. Too much of a PlayStation. Yeah. Too much of a Xbox buff. I mean, I spread my time.
One day, Dunstan. One day. One day you will.
I spread my time between my Xboxes, my Nintendo stuff, so that whether it be a DS, 3DS, Wii, Switch,
one day,
and my PC.
I will buy Xbox and shut it down. One day.
To buy Xbox, you gotta somehow buy Microsoft, effectively. I mean, yes, Xbox is sort of its own company. It's owned by Microsoft, but like, yeah. Just think of how much money Microsoft would want to sell Xbox. You need to be pretty rich. So yeah, sorry I can't go in much more detail here. I kind of rushed tonight's preparation, guys. So I'm going to have to force you guys to look at the articles. Sorry to you guys who have complained about that. Jason. Speaking of Jason, playing Rocket League now.
Oh.
Another PS4 thing. It's a card collecting tactic based combat game called Poxnora. It's apparently already launched on PC 2006, and I'm assuming that it's been developed over time, like they've been adding stuff to it and stuff. But it's going onto the PS4 May 23rd. So it's a turn-based strategy game. Somehow, whenever I see something like that, I always think of Fire Emblem. It's got nothing to do with it, I'm sure of it. But to me, a turn-based, like where you move in squares and stuff, the first thing I always think of is Fire Emblem. But obviously this isn't Fire Emblem because you've got extra stuff like tech building. So you're collecting like rune cards. So you got spells, equipment, champions, and relics. And have fun collecting this, you completionists. 2,700 cards to collect on the PS4 version. Across 8 factions. You start the game with a free deck, can earn 8 more by doing training missions, and then you need to earn gold and shards from matches to buy more packs or craft runes.
You know what I just realized that gaming needs? Why the fuck hasn't Yu-Gi-Oh made like a thing where you can play Yu-Gi-Oh with real cards but online? Like you actually have the physical cards.
I suppose Yu-Gi-Oh is still a big thing amongst some people.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh classic, man, come on.
Yeah, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in 5 years.
I sold all my cards.
I have my cards somewhere in the back corner of some storage facility somewhere in my house.
I sold all my cards bar one, which is inside a wall.
Inside a wall?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how did you manage that?
Well, when we were building a bathroom, I said, can I put something in the wall? And then they're like, yeah.
And you put a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card in the wall?
Yep.
Now, that reminds me of something I saw 8 years ago now. It was a picture. Some guy had some solar panels, but one didn't work when he was a kid, and he remembers having said that he had found the solution to fix it, but he couldn't remember what. And then one day he was dismantling the solar panels because he didn't need them, and found a fucking Pokemon card, energy card in there. Because that's what 10-year-old anyone would think would fix something electrical.
Mm-hmm. An electronic or whatever it is.
Energy
Pokemon
card. Energy Pokemon card.
Okay.
I think it was energy, yeah. There is a trailer for the PS4 version, and yeah. I personally won't get it, mostly because I don't have a PS4, but just from imagining that I had access to every console in the entire world, I personally wouldn't get it. It's not my kind of game. I had trouble getting into Fire Emblem. I do play it on rare occasions, but no, it's not for me. Okay, next up, NBA Playgrounds, which is a mobile game, I believe. I think it's a mobile game. Let me just double check. I'm sorry. As I said, I have not. Okay, no. It is not a mobile game. It looks like it should be a mobile game, but it's gonna be PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So yeah, it's gonna be a console game and PC. So it's just a sort of an arcade sports game. Like looking at it, it does look like a mobile game, surely, but no, that's a console game. And it's apparently not the new NBA Jam. It's already out apparently, and this writer is going through some of the good and bad. The bad, there's one more bad than there is good, and they're much larger paragraphs. The good, it looks great. And the animation and stuff is clean and precise. Like, player movement is nice. So that's alright. It looks good. But then you get to the bad stuff. So you have to wait until your opponents are down at the other end of the court before you can throw the ball back into play. So that slows the game down. It's supposed to be a fast-paced, sort of quick game, but yeah, this is obviously slowing the game down a little bit. Not sure the actual point of it, because it is obviously like a much smaller port in a way and stuff. Oh, damn, that block. Yeah, so and then there's the whole timing system. Timing, if we were to compare it to real life in any sports game, timing does play a part, but I mean, okay, you can't really replicate real life things with this, but it's just so not right how the timing sort of works in a lot of games. It just, nah. This talks about how if you're too early or too late, you easily miss, and apparently you miss a lot of layups and dunks and stuff, which is kind of fucked. And then he talks about how the experience is just really cheap. Like, it's a $20 title that's probably not even worth it. He even says, were this a mobile game, I'd get it, but people buying like a game like this on a dedicated home platform deserve something a bit more substantial. It really does look like a mobile game. I'm sorry, I don't get how this is a console game and not a mobile game. That's what I say. So, yep. If you really want to play arcade basketball with the current roster of players and not a slightly older version, this is the one for you. But if you just want an arcade game that's not shit and you don't mind playing with an older roster, NBA Jam On Fire edition is available in digital stores. So get that. Assassin's Creed leaks, perhaps? Who knows? So this talks about how a screenshot and a name has been reportedly leaked. Apparently it'll be called Assassin's Creed Origins. Obviously there's no actual details.
And it looks exactly like the other games.
Yeah. Again, another game I haven't played much, so I can't say much about it. Give me Need for Speed or Forza and I'll go right into it, but this, it's like, yeah, it's a game. I try to give you guys as much information as possible, but like, yeah. Sorry if I really sound unenthused by most of these games. So this is the screenshot, supposedly, of the game. As Lee says, apparently it looks like a lot of previous games. Eurogamer's sources indicate that the image is legitimate, potentially. Or not potentially, it is.
Wait, which image?
That leaked image.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the image on that is displayed on the Discord.
No. A bow-wielding character on a boat, one much smaller than what players controlled in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It'll take place in Egypt, set for a fall 2017. Assassin's Creed Empire was the name that it was supposed to have, but it seemingly has changed.
Oops.
So, yes, this is going to be the next game. And, well, the hope is that it'll be a bit better than the last ones. Unity had bugs and tech issues, and Syndicate underperformed. So, maybe this one will turn the tables a bit for Assassin's Creed. Who knows? We need to see more details before we can make any judgment calls. And finally, something that's really fucked up. Like, really, really fucked up. It's not a game announcement or any real important game news as such. It's just something that's related to a game, but completely fucked up. So, GTA 5, it has a lot of drugs and guns and sex and tits and guns and drugs. So, you don't expect anything there to actually come out into the real world, right? Well, a couple parents bought their 11-year-old child a copy of GTA 5 for his Xbox One, because who doesn't buy...
Right there. Why are their parents buying their 11-year-old a copy of GTA?
I was just about to mention, why the fuck? Like, parents just buy their kids stuff that they're nowhere near the age for.
My mum wouldn't let me buy it at 17.
No, same here. My mum was iffy about letting me buy it when I was 18.
Mm.
It's like,
My mum didn't know I had it at 18. She was like, "Oh, what's this? It's R." And I'm like, "Yeah, well."
I am of legal age. You can't say I can't have it. But, yes. So, this 11-year-old boy gets a copy of GTA 5. He opens up the instruction manual to look at the controls and stuff, because he's obviously never played it before. And lo and behold, a bag of fucking meth.
What I want to know is, how did they know it was meth?
The police confirmed it.
Oh, okay. Well then.
So this is... Yeah. As I said, you don't expect the stuff that's heavily involved in the game to actually come out into the real world. Gesundheit.
Oh, excuse me. Should have muted.
So, yeah. Someone was probably high when they decided to trade this in and forgot that they had this bag of meth in here and, shit. Where'd my meth go? Oh, 11-year-old boy got it. Next thing you know, the police are probably dusting this thing for fingerprints to try and find who had the meth so that they can track him down and find him or arrest him. Unlikely, but like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Or, you know, they could just go to the GameStop and see who handed it in. I know they don't like keep direct records of who handed it in, but they would have like a rough.
I suppose. 6 grams. 6 grams of meth. I don't know the pricing for meth. I've never actually gone and tried to buy meth. Mostly because
Dude, forget the pricing. I don't even know how you're supposed to take meth and like in what, like if 6 grams is a lot or not a lot, or if you answer that, I swear to God.
I have very limited knowledge on drugs, but
Okay, cool.
you can. There are some that you snort. There are some that you inject. I'm assuming meth is one of the snorting ones. I don't know. If someone actually knows anything, please let me know, because I'm actually curious now. How do you actually take meth?
Can you read the location that it was actually from? Like the GameStop in
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee. What a name. For
America.
a place, anyway.
America.
Yep.
America. The Facebook post is actually ridiculous. I love how she didn't mention that it was GTA 5 that they found the bag of meth in. Like, she doesn't want to admit to the open world that, to her Facebook friends, that she bought her son a game that he's 7 years too young to actually play legally.
Oh, wait, did she not actually say?
In the Facebook post that she posted, it says literally this. I'm going to quote it. Today, I took my son to GameStop in Tallahassee to trade in games and get some new ones. When he opened the booklet inside one of the pre-owned games, he, my 11-year-old son, in brackets, capitals, exclamation marks and everything, found this. A baggie of fucking meth. Clearly the game was not properly checked when it was traded in, and because of the carelessness, I could have lost a child. Thankfully, he brought it right to us and said, "What is this?" Well, thankfully, the kid was young enough to actually be sort of inquisitive about it, in the way that he would ask his parents about it before he actually tried to do anything with it.
Sorry, where are you seeing this Facebook post?
This is on the article. You are looking at the article, right?
Oh, yes. There it is.
Yeah. So she fails to highlight that she bought him a game that he's way too young to play. And
sorry, if people were like, because she posted the photo on Facebook as well.
Oh, then people would have seen through the thing, probably.
Yeah.
But all the same, she doesn't actually mention it, and she just says, I could have lost a child to this, blah, blah, blah. Last time I checked, I don't think you actually really die from 6 grams of meth. Like, even an 11-year-old child, I think, would probably get really high and possibly quite sick, but not actually die from 6 grams of meth. Like, logic just tells me that 6 grams is nowhere near enough to have that happen.
I find it funny that she said a baggie.
She turned into her 11-year-old son for a couple of seconds there. Before she returned to the adult and said, fucking meth. But yeah. There you go, that actually happened.
Well, you assume. Can't exactly trust everything that's on the internet. Well, that's a whole different story that none of us really want to get into right now.
Anyway, holy shit, we've been gone for 46 minutes.
I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed.
I'm just looking at it now. I didn't realise I had spent that long in the last couple of articles. Well, anyway, there you go. That is Gaming on Demand for Thursday, not Tuesday. Thursday the May.
I'm pretty sure that roughly looking at the time and roughly remembering, you spent like 20 minutes on Need for Speed.
I probably did. Yes, I did actually. Or did I? No, about 15, and then it was 20 minutes, and I had about 20 minutes after the Star Wars Battlefront 2. So probably about 10-15, but yeah, that's fine. Anyway, sorry if you guys want to make any comments. I want to just finish this up now because I've obviously.
Why aren't we talking about the Shimada brothers loving each other, throwing themselves onto each other's bodies, and caressing each other's chins? Is that too far?
Am I thinking about? Are we thinking about the same thing? Or like
the Overwatch post?
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
They're known as the Shimada brothers.
Right, yes. I'm just going to say this and leave it. I'm just going to say what the title that they posted on Twitter is and leave it at that. Overwatch incest shipping tests the limits of what's permissible in fandom. I'll let you guys dwell on that.
I'm pretty sure you read that wrong.
What? Overwatch incest shipping tests the limits of what's permissible in fandom.
Hold on.
This is what it says on the Twitter post.
Well, never mind. I love how it has Twitter underneath, but it's not even from Twitter.
Well, it was a link to a Twitter status with a link in it to go to the actual article. But yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Now to actually finish up, that was Gaming on Demand, episode 6 on Thursday, the 4th of May. No, 11th of May. I cannot actually remember the date or how to speak. Never mind me.
It's the 11th.
Yeah, it's the 11th. Thursday, the 11th of May, episode 6. Hope you guys
typed up that date too many times today.
I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Wait, before you end it.
Okay, yep.
Have you ended it?
No.
Let me just say, Genji and Hanzo's ankles are very, very small. I don't see how they haven't broken yet. Okay, you can edit now.
Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next week.
There was something I was going